Welcome to Career Partners' 12th Annual E-Squared Finals Competition. In the midst of our 12th year of E-Squared, we had to shift our competition from a school-based, semester-long program to an online virtual method of learning and presenting. With the commitment of our students, teachers, coaches, and judges, we have been able to create a structure and format that allowed our students to compete in accordance with directives from the Governor of Virginia and the Virginia Department of Education. All communications, collaborations, and meetings since March 12, 2020 have been accomplished via remote access. In January, teams were introduced to each other and they were paired with their coaches. The teams and their coaches attended a team building day at Verdun Adventure Bound, and soon after their business product or service was approved. We thank our 13 coaches listed here for their time and dedication during this unique competition. Our virtual preliminary event was judged completely online by the dedicated Culpeper community business leaders listed. While they each juggled the demands of this unusual time in our lives, they made the time to read detailed written business plans. They not only scored the plans using our official rubric, they gave teams many written comments to commend the teams on their plans' strengths, and they gave suggestions on how to improve. Thank you to our preliminary competition judges. Our group of finals judges not only scored written plans, they reviewed each team's pre-recorded presentation. And as you will see, they met through Google Meet with each team for a 10-minute question and answer session. As our faux venture capitalists, these judges decided if they would invest in each company, and they ultimately selected one winning team. Thank you, finals judges. Our E-Squared teachers, Beth Lane and David Heatwell, teach business and marketing courses, which include our E-Squared program. These teachers spend countless hours with their students, coaches, and E-Squared management team members. During the virtual competition, they have balanced work, family, and endless E-Squared Google meetings with their teams, often 7 days a week. They do this because they have a passion to teach young entrepreneurs, as well as watch them succeed, not only in E-Squared, but in life. Thank you, Mrs. Lane and Mr. Heatwell. My name is Randy Richards Lutz, and I have the privilege to work with the E-Squared management team. Mrs. Carroll, Mr. Lee, and Mrs. Boone are caring, dedicated, knowledgeable business and Culpeper community leaders. Thank you to all of you for everything that you do for Career Partners and specifically E-Squared. Our Culpeper County Public Schools support system is always available to help, give guidance, and most importantly, cheer our students and stakeholders on. We thank you, Dr. Brads, Mr. Hammond, Dr. Soderholm, and Dr. Addo for your continued support and care. Mrs. Glick and Mrs. Uribe are dedicated high school instructional technology resource teachers. Help our teams with all things, not just technology. We thank you both so much. Mrs. Maria Weiss, our Culpeper County Public Schools network engineer, has worked with us for years to convert our live scoring to an online scoring system. This, our third year with online scoring, was expanded to a new level. She devised and put systems into place to make all of this possible. Thank you, Mrs. Weiss. Our Career Partners Board is an active group who meets monthly and has done so for the last 20 years. That's right. 2020 is our 20th anniversary of Career Partners Incorporated. Thank you, Career Partners Board, and we look forward to the next 20 years. Words cannot express how grateful Career Partners Incorporated is for the generous support of local businesses and individuals that make E² such a resounding success. To the hundreds of people who provide financial support and volunteer thousands of hours, we say thank you. Live from Culpeper County, Virginia, it is a pleasure to present to you the 2020 E² Finals.
Okay, finals.
It's so great to see everyone. If you see me look down like this, I can see all of you on this screen. And I can't, only when you're talking can I see you where I'm looking at in the camera. So welcome, students, and your wonderful coaches and Mrs. Lane. We are so excited to see you, and we are so proud of you. You have stuck with this and overcame a lot of things to make this happen. And we really appreciate it. We are recording this, so if you look up in the corner, you'll see a rectangle red with REC on it. We are recording, so I just wanted to let you know that. And when we announce the winner at 1 o'clock, that will go up for everyone to see, and we'll send that link out. But sometime tomorrow or maybe Saturday morning, we will have the whole program put together for you to be able to see everything, who wins the Bob Jepson Awards, some other recognition that we're doing. I'm going to start by letting the judges introduce themselves. So they are one at a time going to unmute, and I'm going to go down the line the way that I see you on my screen. And Mr. Norm, you are first.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name's Norm Laudermilk, and I'm very proud to be a judge again this year for the finals of E². Really looking forward to hearing what you all have for us. I am the Chief Operating Officer for a cybersecurity company called Control Case.
Thank you, Norm. Mr. Ed, you're next. Unmute yourself, Ed.
There I am.
There you go.
Ed Dalrymple. I'm with Cedar Mountain Stone and Schmung Contracting. I'm really proud to be a part of this program this year. I think it's fantastic what everybody's been able to do to keep moving the program forward. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Ray, you're next.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ray Knott, and I'm Senior Vice President and Commercial Banking Executive for Atlantic Union Bank, and I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's presentations this morning.
Thank you. Michael? There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it took a little while for it to happen. Good morning. My name is Michael Arm. I am a partner in a consulting firm by the name of Hassinger Arm Associates. We specialize in helping develop mission-critical facilities such as data centers.
Thank you. Sherry?
Hi, my name's Sherry Landry. I am the president of Culpeper Wellness Foundation. And I just want to say that flexibility and adaptability are two of the most critical components to success, and you all have shown that. And so you're well on your way to a good future, and look forward to hearing more.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Chris.
Hi, Chris Pearson. I'm a partner in CPA with Yount, Hyde & Barber. We're a CPA and consulting firm. And just can't thank you guys enough for sticking with this. This is a wonderful program, and you guys showed some grit through this process.
Thank you. And of course, welcome to Mr. Dasher and Mr. Carlton and Mrs. Lane. Students, we want you to introduce yourself as well. So I'm just going to go down the line of how I see you, and I'm going to start with Natalie. Is she muted?
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of Hygienic Accessories.
Good morning. And Miss Amber.
Good morning. My name is Amber Bies, and I am the CFO of Hygienic Accessories.
Welcome. And Delaney.
Hi, I'm Delaney Rankin, and I'm the Chief Operations Officer of Hygienic Accessories.
Welcome to you all. So we are going to play your pre-recorded presentation. And after that, we're going to have a 10-minute question and answer period. So just a few seconds, your presentation will get going.
Today, we are presenting to you a new and sanitized way to protect your phone in a public restroom. As we discover new technology every day in today's world, it has become less popular to carry a purse into public now that you can pay for your groceries by hovering your phone over the pin pad. Many of the young people you see will carry their phone in their back pocket, putting them at a higher risk of dropping their phone out in public. We introduce to you Spacesaver, a clear plastic cell phone caddy with drain-like holes in the bottom to give customers and businesses the best chance at protecting their personal belongings.
The two images shown represent what happens when a phone falls on a bathroom floor and also how it can fall into a toilet and be completely submerged in germ-infested water. Whenever your phone falls into a toilet bowl, an immense amount of germs and microbes cling to your phone. That means that there is a nauseating amount of fecal bacteria on your phone. On average, there are 30,000 units of bacteria on a bathroom floor that will cling to your phone, on top of it already being broken from hitting the ground.
As we further introduce to you our product Spacesaver, we would first like to present you with our slogan to keep in mind throughout this presentation. Don't lose your phone to the loo. Spacesaver is saving and sanitizing one cell phone at a time.
The phone you see on the left was actually dropped on a bathroom floor, which resulted in the phone being cracked on the back. This part of the phone cannot be fixed, so the owner would have to get a new phone. The photo on the right is showing what a product would look like on the wall. This is the actual size of the product. This product can be put anywhere in the stall and is completely up to the businesses. The product shown in the picture is just a prototype, not the actual color of our product. We are asking you, the venture capitalist, for $110,000, and in return, we'd like to offer you a 20% stake in our company. If you choose to invest, you're going to receive a full return on your investment during the third year. While we have taken note that the numbers we have are high, we have worked them out several times, and these are the correct numbers for our large market size that we're only taking 0.5% of. The numbers in year 4 go down due to the decreased number of sales in the original Spacesaver, but as you can see, they rise again with the rise in sales of the Spacesaver 2.0.
The company Cintas, which you have probably heard of, is a major provider for janitorial supplies all across the region. As a business looking to sell a product that is meant to keep cell phones cleaner and safe from damage in public restrooms, we reached out to Cintas in the beginning stages of the creation of Spacesaver. We met with the general manager of the Culpeper branch and received a signed endorsement letter stating that Hygienic Accessories and Cintas will be working together in a limited partnership. We have agreed to provide Cintas with a 60-cent commission for every Spacesaver in order of plastic bags purchased.
Spacesaver has many features that will benefit the customers of the businesses that we are selling to.
We chose for our product to be clear so when the customer uses it, they can see any notifications they receive. Another benefit for our product being clear is that the consumers can easily see what is in the Cell Saver before use. We have added the feature of the disposable plastic bags for sanitation purposes. You slide the sleeve onto your phone and place your phone into the Cell Saver. We decided to use screws to mount our product onto the stall so that it would be a more permanent fixture and be more secure. We also chose our deep pocket to ensure that phones do not fall out of our Cell Saver and will be protected. Stores will buy this product because mothers think about bathrooms, and they shop based on the quality of restrooms, especially when they have their children. Stores will gain loyalty customers by having this amazing convenience added to their bathrooms. When mothers are helping their children use the restroom, they have to find a place to put their phone, if they do not want to put it on the filthy surfaces that are in the bathroom now. When mothers end up having to place their phone is in their bras or holding their phone underneath their armpit, which increases the risk of the phone falling into the toilet or onto the floor, which will result to the phone being damaged.
The following few slides will go into detail about our pricing, materials, suppliers, and our manufacturing process. We plan on decreasing the prices of our products during the first 5-year period. We're planning for a 60-cent commission for every Cell Saver and pack of bags that Cintas helps us sell. Once year 3 comes around, we'll introduce Cell Saver 2.0. This will be priced at $10. The plastic bags are a recurring source of income for Hygienic Accessories, while Cell Saver is a one-time purchase. The plastic bags are for optional use to keep the cell phone from touching the inside of the product. The experts we have talked to believe that some people may not use the bags, but they believe that they are beneficial to add for people who would like a more sanitary experience. The bags will be attached to the side of the product in a small, compact box that will be replaceable. To create the product Cell Saver, we need a liquid polyester resin as the base of the product. Into that, we will mix a hardening catalyst and an anti-color agent to prevent the yellowing of our product. The tangible materials needed for production are screws to mount the product and disposable plastic bags for further sanitation. Our manufacturing process consists of 4 steps. First, CU Creations will create our molds. Next, we will then mix the resin, the hardening agent, and the anti-coloring agent to prevent the products from browning. After the materials needed have been mixed, we pour the substance into the mold. From there, we set the resin to dry for 1 hour, then remove it from the mold and let it complete its drying for 24 hours. Each mold makes an estimated 1,000 Cell Savers. In year 3, when our Cell Saver 2.0 is released, we will add an extra step to our process where we will attach the key hook. As we know that our original molds will wear down, we will return to CU Creations every year for new ones. After an immense amount of research, Hygienic Accessories came to the conclusion that the suppliers shown were the best fit to supply us with the materials needed to create our product. But we still have backup suppliers lined up just in case anything were to happen.
The following slide shows some of the major reasons companies will want to pick us over the competition. As you can see, we have worked hard to get our product to beat out the competition. One of the main focuses we had was that we wanted ours to have a full back. The Walla box has a large opening in the back of the product, but we have seen reviews that state that phones have fallen out and broken due to the back being open.
Every year, we will expand our target market to include more states. In year 1, the target market size is approximately 11,200. In year 2, the target market size is approximately 31,900. In year 3, the target market size is approximately 307,700. In year 4, the target market size is approximately 495,200. In year 5, the target market size is approximately 1,330,900.
It is very important to record both primary and secondary research to gather the most accurate market research. In the next slides, we will explain to you how we gathered ours to receive the best outcome. Our primary research consisted of a survey sent out to a large variety of people and posted on multiple social media platforms. The two graphs you see here are a snapshot of the most important results we received. As you can see, on average, 80% of people carry their phone into a public restroom, and of that same group, an estimated 70% of people stated that our cell saver would be a useful product.
Our secondary research has came from surveys and articles to help understand our target market. We found that people under the age of 35 use public restrooms the most, which means our target market is geared toward younger generations and older people will be less likely to use our product.
Hygienic Accessories consists of a CEO, Chief Executive Officer, a CFO, Chief Financial Officer, and a COO, Chief of Operations Officer. The CEO will be the person who oversees the entire company as a whole. Our CFO will take care of all of our financials such as payroll, restocking budgets, and all other expenses. Last but not least, the COO will be present in the warehouse and oversee that all procedures and operations are run correctly on a day-to-day basis. Now we will give you a look into what advertising for Hygienic Accessories will look like. Cell Saver by Hygienic Accessories goes beyond bathroom stalls. We advertise our company through social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Along with that, we will be putting ads in catalogs and magazines. Hygienic Accessories will also be attending the International Sanitary Supply Association trade show to show our product and increase our target market.
Our website can be found with a QR code that is on every single one of our products. One day, if we find that there is a need to sell our product through retail, we will do it through our website. If any customers have feedback for us, we will have our contact information available to them. On your left, we have a sketch drawn to show that our logo will be moved onto the back of Cell Saver and the hook will be placed onto the bottom of our product. The hook that you see on the right is an example of the new addition to our Cell Saver in year 3. We added the hook for people who do not have a purse and just have keys or a small object they might want to use this hook for. Once Cell Saver 2.0 is out, we will use the feedback from our customers to improve our new product and incorporate what they feel it needs.
Venture capitalist. Hygienic Accessories is coming to you asking for a $110,000 investment in return for a 20% stake in our company. You will receive a full return on your investment by the year 2023. We are asking you to help us save one phone at a time across the U.S. by investing in our company. On behalf of Hygienic Accessories, I would like to thank you all for your time, and we are happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Okay, I'm going to start the stopwatch for 10 minutes, and our first question is going to come from Chris Pearson.
All right. Well, great presentation. I think the question that I have is the market start and the direction you were going with being geographic rather than either specific towards a type of business. So my question is, can you explain how that goes? Why you chose a geographic target market start to rather than a business oriented target start.
Students, any one of you can answer. Amber?
So we decided on this target market based on the amount of businesses that were in each expansion of our target market. And we wanted to start in Virginia because that's where the Cintas we talked to was based at. And we felt that it was best for us to just go geographical.
Thank you. Sherry?
Good morning. Very nice presentation. Can you tell me a little bit more about the relationship with Cintas? Does that have an end date? And was the 60 cents per commission something that they required? Or is there any decrease in that over time?
Okay, go ahead.
No, to answer your last question, there was no decrease in that. We came up with that on our own and pitched it to them. They didn't ask for it. We just thought it would be necessary for us to partner with them. We have a limited partnership to start, but after the first year, we're going to have a conversation with them, and we may go to exclusively being with them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Michael?
Okay. Yeah, I love the product. I think it's a great, unique idea. You guys have done a great job. My question is around you making the bags yourself. It looked like you did show in your chart that it was a substantial difference in buying the bags. But as the quantity increases and you have more buying power, have you actually priced the bags not only for the first year, but like maybe for the 5th year being purchased?
Any student can answer.
I'm
Go ahead,
sorry,
Amber.
can you repeat that question? It was breaking up.
I'm sorry. You made a comparison of buying bags versus manufacturing them yourselves, and it looks like, at least initially, it appeared to be more inexpensive to make them yourselves. But as you make or sell many, many more bags, you actually price them at a higher quantity, because I would hope and expect that it might be cheaper in the long run to purchase them if you have, buying power in large quantities.
Go ahead, Amber.
So we are purchasing the bags from Amazon. They're custom size. We aren't creating them ourselves. We're creating our product ourselves. But during the 3rd year, we're definitely investigating having another manufacturer do it, just based on the sheer quantity of cell savers that we're predicting to sell.
Thank you. Ray, time for your question.
All right, thank you. And first of all, great job on your presentation and your business plan. I really have 2 questions. The first question that I have is, you notate in your presentation the need to annually purchase the new molds for your product, but I did not see that outlined in your budget numbers as far as purchasing in future years, purchasing the product. Is that included in a place that's maybe not clear, or how are you going to address that in the future?
Go ahead, Amber.
Sorry, my mute button's very slow. So it is included in our financials. I can't remember the exact place. I think it is maintenance. I think that's where we included it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And then the second question that I had was just in you're notating a decline in year-over-year price point on your product, and but you're keeping your cost of your product the same, so it reduces your gross profit margin. Is there a specific strategy or reason why you would drop the price, although your cost is the manufacturer is going to remain the same?
Amber.
So we are decreasing our price, hopefully, because our material costs will go down. But since we don't know that for sure right now, we want to just decrease our price to try to gain in more customers and be able to put it in more places. And then we will work on getting the manufacturing and the materials and the labor costs down.
Thank you.
Ed.
Amber, Amber's going to probably answer this, but I noticed that just to follow up on Ray's comment. You had, I think your bag started out at 10.20, then you dropped down to 8.20, and then at the very bottom of the report, you're at 9.20. It kind of bounced all over the place. That's just, I'd suggest you don't need to do that. Okay.
Norm?
Good morning. And my first question is how come Chris's haircut looks so fresh and I look like I've been homeless for 2 months over here? I don't expect you guys to answer that question. First of all, great idea and relevant now, even more than ever, with the COVID and coronavirus stuff, which I know came after you conceived the idea. So good idea. I also love the recurring revenue model of selling the bags. This is important for the valuation of the company. Investors look at those kinds of things differently when you've got long-term contracts and revenue coming in as opposed to one-time sales. So good. I also think this solves a problem that that maybe not many people have thought about yet. When I read your business plan, I was like, oh yeah, this is such a great idea. And I suspect the other panelists are feeling the same way. I'm getting to my question. My question is, when I look at your picture, it seems like it's kind of far away. And I don't know about you guys, but if I see my phone light up, I'm going to want to try to reach for it. And so my initial thought was, did you guys think about maybe putting it closer, maybe even built into the top of like the toilet paper holder or something as a business idea instead of something separate that might be further away? I can see maybe people fall. We'll just stop there. It seems like it might be awkward.
Delaney? Oh, I'm sorry. It was Natalie. Go ahead.
So where the product is placed is ultimately up to the business, whether they want to put it closer towards their toilet or whether they want to actually place it on their stall door. That is actually solely up to the business and where they feel it would best benefit them to place our products in their bathrooms.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks.
Delaney, jump in there.
We also have considered putting it on the toilet paper holder, but we are thinking more long-term.
We have time for one more question. Whoever's hand I see first. Sherry, go ahead.
I wondered about the amount of space that you propose to rent at being 600 square feet. If I understand it right, that's where you would have your office and your inventory and your supplies and manufacture the space. How did you come up with, or what do you think that 600 square feet is sufficient for all of that for the long term, or near and long term?
Amber?
So I actually measured what that would look like foot by foot with the tables that we were ordering, and it is exactly perfect for what we need starting off. And then it'll get bigger as we get bigger as well. But it is the perfect size, not too big, not too small.
Okay, that ends our question and answer period. Delaney, Amber, Natalie, thanks so much for all this hard work that you have done. Thank you to your coaches, Mr. Dasher and Mr. Carlton, and thank you, Mrs. Lane. You guys may exit the meeting now. We will make an announcement at 1 o'clock who the winner is, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Judges, you stay with us, but bye. It's great to see everybody. First off, if you see me look down, it's because I'm looking at a screen that I can see you much better. Welcome to the students. First of all, we are just so proud of you and all that you have done to make this happen. Done a lot of extra work. And thank you to your coaches. What a great group of coaches you have with Mr. Castro and Mr. Beasley. And certainly a thank you to Mr. Heatwell for being such a great teacher. So I want you to take note that we're recording this. You can tell that by the red rectangle up there in the top. I want you to know that's happening. The way this is going to work is each of the judges are going to introduce themselves to you, and then each student will introduce themselves, and then we'll show your presentation and do 10 minutes of question and answer. I'm going to start with Norm. You're right big on my screen right now, Norm, so go right ahead.
Well, that's got to be terrifying. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining, and thanks for working so hard this year. My name's Norm Laudermilk. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for a cybersecurity company called Control Case. Thanks.
Chris?
Hi, I'm Chris Pearson, CPA and partner with Yount Barber. We're a CPA and consulting firm, and I can't thank you guys enough for sticking through this. This is it's worth it, and I appreciate the effort you guys have put in.
Thank you. Sherry?
Good morning. I'm Sherry Landry. I'm the president of Culpeper Wellness Foundation, and I just want to acknowledge the flexibility and adaptability that you have shown through this process, and those are great qualities to have. So thank you for everything.
Michael?
Very, very slow to react. We have a lot of people on. Hi, I'm Michael Arm. I'm a partner in Hassinger Arm Associates. We're a consulting firm that consults to the mission critical world, largely developing new data centers. Thank you.
Ed? Ed, we can't hear you. Please unmute.
Good morning. I'm Ed Darnapple with Cedar Mountain Stone and Chemung Contractors. Really looking forward to your presentation. I could really use your product right now. Got more wires and things hanging out my desk than I need. So looking forward to it. Thank you.
And Ray?
Good morning, everyone. Looking forward to hearing your presentation. My name is Ray Knott, and I am Senior Vice President and Commercial Banking Executive with Atlantic Union Bank.
Welcome to all of our judges, students. We want to hear from you next, and I'm going to start with Kirsten.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Perlazzo, Head of Marketing.
Edwin.
Hello, good morning. My name is Edwin Rodriguez, and I am the CEO of Enduco.
Good morning. Elijah? Am I saying that right?
Hello, I'm Elijah Reeves, and I'm the Chief Operations Officer.
Parker?
Hello, I'm Parker Yates, and I am Head of Human Resources.
And our last student, right?
Good morning, I'm Josue Navarrete, and I'm Head of Product Development and Client Services.
It's so great to see you all on the screen. We're going to play your presentation now, so sit back and enjoy.
Hello, investors. We are Enduco. I am Parker, Head of Human Resources. This is Edwin, CEO, Elijah, COO, Kirsten, Head of Marketing, and Josue, Head of Product Development and Client Services. We are We are an innovative technology firm that is transforming the wireless charging industry and how the world thinks of powering devices. Enduco is asking for an investment of $350,000 in exchange for 15% equity in our company. As you can see, by year 3, you will have obtained over 100% return on your investment. Enduco is a smart and safe investment bet, seeing the size of the market as well as where the technology world is heading. Now on to Josue, who will talk about the problem that is faced by everyone today.
The issue that people have today with phones is being able to use their phones freely when charging them. You have to plug in your charger into an outlet, and it only lets you take your phone so far. Enduco will introduce actual wireless charging, unlike wireless chargers today, that still won't let you freely use your phone when charging. Enduco is needed to give the people the freedom they want when charging their cellular device. One of the main problems people have is having too many charging cables. At times, cables can get really annoying and they give the people a really hard time when they're all tangled. We are Enduco, and we envision a world where wireless charging is a part of everyday life. Wireless charging, scientifically known as inductive coupling, has been around for ages but is limited by range. For a user to wirelessly charge their phone today, it must be placed onto a charging pad, which is still the unintended consequence of limiting mobility, similar to the traditional charging cord. Enduco's first product will be the Enduco Nexus, a wireless charging transmitter and mobile phone case combination targeting mobile phone users. Nexus is based on the concept of long-range inductive coupling technology, and it will eliminate wires while charging your phone. Nexus will allow the consumer to charge their devices while being mobile without docking of any kind. We will achieve this by creating a completely safe magnetic field and a resonance frequency your device can connect to. The field is created by plugging the transmitter into your outlet to activate it. Your device connects by using a slim case that is in contact with your phone. We will start with mobile phones and then move on to other devices such as tablets, laptops, and more. The range of Enduco's case and transmitter will be 30 feet. One transmitter can connect up to 8 Nexus cases. The transmitter will be able to fast charge 1 to 5 Nexus cases at a single time, and will automatically revert to normal charging speed once more than 5 cases are connected to the transmitter. Enduco's transmitter will be able to charge the phone at 15 watts when fast charging is on, which will take a phone from 0% to 50% in just 25 minutes. When more than 5 Nexus cases are connected to the transmitter, the charging speed will drop down to 10 watts, meaning a phone will go up from 0% to 50% in just 35 minutes. To prevent damage to the battery of the phone, the transmitter will only start transmitting the electromagnetic field to our Nexus case once the phone reaches 50%, and we will charge the phone up to 100%, where it will stop transmitting the magnetic field. This will be the default setting on the Nexus case, and we will recommend customers leave it that way. Although, the customer will also have the ability to have the transmitter send the magnetic field to our Nexus case once it enters the 30 feet radius, and it will continue to charge until the Nexus case goes beyond the radius. Now on to Eli, who will discuss market size.
In 2019 alone, about 46.4 million phones were sold by iPhone and Samsung that contain wireless charging capabilities. Keeping this number in mind, we intend to capture around 0.05% of this market, which will give us an estimated amount of 23,200 customers. By the end of 2020, it is projected that there will be about 3.2 billion phones sold that can charge wirelessly, which will drastically increase the size of our market. From year 2 to year 3, we project that our sales will increase tremendously as we plan to license our products to major case companies such as Otterbach, Spec, and Pelican. By partnering with these companies, we will tap into their markets to reach a more broad base of consumers. There are 2 key consumers that will benefit greatly from using Enduco Nexus: travelers and those who work in office settings. In current times, many travelers view their smartphone as the most essential item, as they may need it to find their next destination, make important text or calls, or even check security of their passport. A major problem that comes with relying on a cell phone so heavily when traveling is that it's difficult to find a secure location to charge a phone. In order to aid this common problem, many airports have integrated charging stations that allow individuals to walk up and charge their devices while waiting. However, public charging stations are not safe, as a person's phone could be easily stolen or infected by hackers who have previously loaded damaged software onto the charging station. A common issue that people in office settings often deal with is the presence of numerous cords in their workspace. When various cords are around a person's desk, there is a high risk of tripping, a fire being started, or even electrical shock. The cord that is most frequently on a person's desk and being adjusted is a cell phone charger, for the common fact that people rely on their cell phone to keep them connected to the outside world. In order to avoid their cell phone charger from becoming tangled with surrounding cables, people have begun to buy wireless chargers. Although wireless chargers are a more safe and effective alternative to cable chargers, they require the phone to be stationary while charging. The 30 feet range of the Enduco Nexus case and transmitter will provide cell phone users the ability to move freely in any room or public space while also charging their device. Now here's Edwin with financials.
Enduco has determined that it will cost us $22.28 to make a Nexus case and transmitter. We will make the wholesale price to companies at $55.70. This will give us more than 100% return on the case and transmitter. Our suggested retail price will be $80, which would include a Nexus case with a transmitter. If a customer were to just buy a Nexus case, the retail price would be $45. In the first year, we intend to sell 23,200 Nexus cases as well as transmitters, which we have broken down into 5 different categories. Our biggest source of revenue will come from our wholesale sector, and we will target phone stores as well as big retail stores. We will be selling our cases through Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and phone carriers such as Sprint, AT&T, and Verizon, to name a few. In years 1 and 2, Enduco will be building a relationship with OtterBox and Pelican to license our products out to them. This will give us an added increase in revenue as well as more exposure to customers. Enduco will begin to ramp up its production, and we will also be coming out with new and improved cases and transmitters that will enhance the amount of charging speeds for our Nexus case series. The Enduco team has realized that there is a viable market for a product such as this one, with even more phones having the ability to charge wirelessly. Recently, Apple announced that in 2021, they will remove the charging port from one of their new flagship phones. This will incentivize customers to buy wireless chargers to charge their new phones. Enduco will be a key innovator in the wireless charging market, and we look to be the company at the forefront of this new technology. Here's the breakdown of the 5 different sales categories. As you can see, our main source of revenue will come from our wholesale sector, and it will provide us with 50% of our revenue, followed by our Nexus case and transmitter bundle, making up 16% of our revenue. The bundle will include 5 Nexus cases with 5 transmitters. After that, it is followed by the transmitter, which will make up 9% of our revenue, and then the case, which will make up 5% of our revenue. And now on to the competition.
Enduco has revolutionized wireless charging as we know it today by creating a slim case that can be wirelessly charged without docking of any kind, while also ensuring the user that their phone will be protected throughout the day. There are various phone case companies such as OtterBox and Mophie that also provide phones with protection. However, the cases are bulky and do not provide consumers with a completely wireless charging experience like the Enduco Nexus case. ASEA and Energis are other companies that have started to develop products that will wirelessly charge a phone. However, the transmitter must be stationary. Various features that separate Enduco Nexus from the competition include easy setup, long-range wireless charging, fast charging capabilities, lightweight and no hassle dealing with cords, and the slim and durable design that safeguards the phone from drops. Enduco's Nexus case and transmitter will provide the user with the luxury of being able to move around the room without the inconvenience of leaving their phone behind. Now here's Kirsten with marketing and our promotional budget.
Enduco heavily relies on the internet for promotion because that is the best way to reach our target market. For social media, we will be using Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We will also be using Google Ads. With Google Ads, when consumers search certain trigger words, Google will show an ad for our company at the top of the search page. Also on websites where our target market commonly visits, Google will display an ad for Enduco. We also have a fully functional website where customers can go and learn about the company and about our product. They can also purchase our products, and they can also sign up for a mailing list where they can be updated about the company. For our non-internet marketing, we will attend the CES International Trade Show in January 2021 in Las Vegas. This trade show is for startup consumer electronic companies, and it's great exposure. We will also be working with magazines such as Digital Trends, Quality Magazine, CES Magazine, and The Times. We will also be using trial stations. Trial stations are a small booth which are going to be in places such as coffee shops and airports and other public places where people commonly need to charge their phone. Here, customers can come and use a sample of our product on their own phone so they can see how Enduco works and how they may need a product like this. And then after they've tried it, we will give them a coupon with a code for 10% off one of our products on our website. This will be great exposure for the company and show them and promote them to go to our website and purchase our product. For our promotional budget, as you can see here, our monthly budget will be $1,117 every month. And now to Parker for testimonials.
As you can see, there is great feedback for this product, and it is a great solution that is needed for the problem we are facing with wireless charging today. Thank you for your time today, and we are now ready for any questions you may have about our product.
Great. So I'm going to start the time for 10 minutes, and each coach is going to ask a question. Students, if you'll raise your hand if you want to answer that question, and I'll call on you to unmute. So we are going to start our questions with Ray.
Good morning, and good job with your presentation. I have one question and then comment I'd like to make on your overall presentation. My question as it relates to this is, you notate in your presentation, in your business plan, that you will be able to use this in the public sort of domain, if you will, as you travel, but you also have to have the transmitter that you reference in your home. How would you be able to use your product as you travel without, or do you have to carry the transmitter with you?
Who would like to answer? Kirsten, go ahead.
So this product is portable, so you will need the transmitter to bring with you, but anywhere that you have a two-prong outlet, it's fully functional. So you just have to plug it into an outlet and you can use it.
Okay, thank you. And then my comment, and as a investor looking at the company and as a banker, this was something that was really important to me, and I noticed is something that you missed on your presentation and in your business plan. You notated in your cash flow the cash received from the investment in sales, and you took out your operating expenses, but you missed including your commission expense in your cash budget. So in year one, you overstated your cash position by the $707,000 that was in your commissions. And then that carried through for the 5-year term for about a variation of it was several $1 million. So as an investor, that's a really important miss in your presentation. So you just want to make sure you button that up as you're looking at making future presentations.
Ed?
I was curious about the year 4 and 5 sales as really, really high, and besides the miss of the commissions, you're showing your cost of products going down when you have your sales going to millions of pieces. What was your thought on the cost of materials going that low? They're half of what they were the original year.
Who would like to answer? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Edwin, go right ahead, sir.
Alrighty, so yes, in reference to why the sales are so high, based on just how many products were sold this year that were capable to be wirelessly charged, it was 46 million phones, and that includes both iPhones and Samsung phones. And we kept the number very, we did a conservative number. If we did the math, by year 5, we're only selling 1,624,000 cases. That's only 3.5% of what we could tap into. And by year 5, of course, there's going to be more phones that are going to come out with the wireless charging capability. But we decided to keep our numbers very conservative, just selling, tapping into 3.5% of the market by year 5.
Okay.
As far as the cost for the products, we believe that as we ramp up the volume of our sales, we're going to be able to buy materials in bulk, reducing the price of how much the materials are going to cost based on the amount of stuff that we're going to need for our product.
Thank you. Michael?
Yeah, my one and only question I'll get to ask, and I have others, but is really about the base of the concept. So is this really something that's still what I'll call in beta testing? Because you would think that if this really works the way you're showing it, that there would be plenty of people out there already doing this. So I'll add a part B to that question. Is this sort of a race to market where you have to get going really, really quickly here? Because the larger players might be doing it if it really is working, if it's proven.
Okay, but who would like to answer? Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Well, yes, sir. It is still something in beta testing. 2 other companies called Osea and Energis have also begun to enter the market with wireless charging, but they have not they have the concept, but they do not have actual products built. So it's still about building the idea and then putting it out there, because the technology is so advanced and it costs so much money. So that's why other competitors haven't entered the market, because of the money issue, I feel like.
Thank you. Sherry?
Great presentation. I had a question. It wasn't clear to me who was making the component, the receiving chip and the transmitter piece in your proposal. And if those are being purchased and shipped directly to your manufacturer, I wondered why you needed, so this is a 2-part question, why the need for almost 8,000 square feet of space?
Who would like to answer? Okay, go ahead. Edwin?
Yes, so that is a really good question. We are going to be getting our materials, and they are going to be, we're getting most of our materials from Chinese companies, and they are going to be drop shipped to Panda Electronics. They are a manufacturing company that already does, their production line is already capable of producing electronics such as ours. And then after that, our products will be shipped to Amazon warehouses around the United States to be able to purchase, for us to be able to send it out to the consumer. And then I missed your second part of the question. Could you ask that again, please?
Certainly. It was, if, assuming all your supplies are going directly to the manufacturer and then the inventory is going directly somewhere else, why do you need almost 8,000 square feet of space that you're renting in,
right,
outside of DC?
Alrighty, so one of the main reasons behind that is because Josue, which is going to be our product development manager, we're going to have machinery in our location in our office to be able to further investigate how to be able to make our cases stronger. That's why we chose that big of a square facility, as well as we want to keep cases and transmitters in stock at our office. So that was the reason behind that big space.
Thank you. Chris?
All right. I guess I want to know where I can buy one of these right now is really what I'm hoping for. And so when it comes to investing in a business like this and trying to look at something like, health and safety are a concern of mine when you look at this. Looking at some of the outside presentation and business plan, looking at some of this, it does get a little scary when you look at the technology. But beside that, I think the office setting and the traveling market are a great area to start with this. I think home office or offices or home offices or houses with 6 people running around with all their devices is great as well. So I guess my question really goes to your marketing strategy really focused in on sales of units. But you also focused in the presentation in a conversation related to licensing. That was one of your key strategies. But I don't see anything in the business plan really about licensing costs or fees that would be charged. So that's really my greatest question when it comes to the profitability of dealing with manufacturing and all that other stuff, and then looking at licensing and saying, you know what, let's let the big manufacturers take care of it and let's just license this technology. So that's my question. Anybody kind of want to expand on the licensing side?
Edwin?
Yes, so we did take into account the cost of doing a licensing, doing that, and what the solution we came about was in years 2 and 3, we're going to have a second round of funding of raising money in order to be able to obtain the capital that we need to get in contact with these big players and do the licensing agreements with them.
Thank you. Norm, you can ask a quick question where time is up.
All right. Well, I'll just tell you, I love this idea. And instead of going into some of the stuff I was going to talk about, I'll just tell you, I do think that this needs to be licensed. You need to sell the chips that transmit this power, and it will drive more case sales through you. You can build these things into every desk, every monitor, every airline seat, and any product that's sold that's in Enduco or in, however you say it, ready, somebody could buy a monitor that's ready, and then they just go buy the case, and the monitor will charge their phone. It'll drive your sales. I think that's a great way to go. So good job. I really love this idea a lot.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. So students, that concludes your competition. Thank you so much. I commend you on staying together as a team and seeing this through during this time. We will do an announcement as close to 1 o'clock as we possibly can of who our winning team is. And then in addition to that, we will have the whole program put together so you can see all the other teams and some other recognitions that we're going to do. And we'll have that up by the end of the week. So again, I thank you students and certainly your coaches, and Mr. Heat will take care, everybody. And you guys can exit. I just need the judges to stay on. Good morning, everyone.
We just lost the judge.
I just lost a judge. They just popped off.
3. Oh.
Who did we lose? Well, I'm going to do
Michael.
I'm going to lose my check off while we're waiting for him. I see Mr. Dasher, Mr. Carlton. There's the beautiful Mrs. Lane. I see Norm. Chris. Ed. Sherry. Right, no, Michael. He's restarting.
Okay.
Google caused a problem, it says. Well, while we're waiting for Mr. Arm to get back with us, I'm gonna just tell you how thrilled I am to see you all and how wonderful you look. It's just, I know it's not in person, but it's just nice to be able to see all of you. So for the students' benefit, I'll do a brief introduction, and then the judges will all introduce themselves to you. And the students, I'll let you introduce yourselves to them, and we'll just take turns. I'll call on you. We are recording this event, so you can see up there in the corner, the red and white record is happening. So I want to make sure you know that we are recording. After we do our introductions, then we will show your pre-recorded presentation, and then we'll do a 10-minute question and answer period. Students, if you see me look down, that's because I'm looking at a device to kind of control and see each of you. After we're totally done, I'll just tell you what I would have told you then while we wait for Mr. Arm. We're doing a announcement as close to 1 o'clock as we possibly can, who the winning team is. And we will upload that to our Culpeper County Public Schools YouTube, so you can watch that there. And that will just be the winning team announcement. And then by the end of this week, maybe even tomorrow, we'll have the whole program for you so that you can see all of the team's presentations, question and answers. And then we have the Bob Jepson Awards that we'll be giving and some other recognitions. So today you're just going to hear the winner. And as soon as we get it all done, you'll see the whole program. I really want to see if we can get Mr. Arm to get back on.
He's working on it. He just texted me.
Thanks, Norm.
Sure.
Well, how about this? The judges can introduce themselves, and if he's not back, we can go with the students introducing themselves as well, and then he can tell us who he is. So I'm going to start with the judges, and Ray, you're up first.
Good morning, everybody, and looking forward to hearing your presentation this morning. My name is Ray Knott, and I am Senior Vice President and Commercial Banking Executive for Atlantic Union Bank.
Welcome. Ed?
Good morning. Ed Dalrymple with Cedar Mountain Stone and Chemung Contracting. Looking forward to your presentation. I thought your business reports we saw were very complete. A nice part of your program. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Sherry?
Good morning. I'm Sherry Landry, President of Culpeper Wellness Foundation. So I look forward to hearing your presentation, and thank you for your flexibility and adaptability during this process.
Thank you. Chris?
I'm Chris Pearson, CPA and partner with Yount, Hyde & Barbour. We're a CPA and consulting firm, and can't believe the circumstances, but absolutely love the tenacity that you guys have shown to go through this.
Norm?
Good morning, and thanks so much for putting in so much hard work this year. My name's Norm Laudermilk. I'm happy to be a finals judge again this year. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for a cybersecurity company called Control Case.
Welcome. All right, students, we'd love to have you introduce yourselves. I'll start with Sydney.
Good morning. My name's Sydney Boyer, and I'm the CEO of Paraprotect. And it's good to see all of you again this year.
Good morning. It's great to see you as well. Kristen?
Hi, I'm Christine. I'm the
R&D
of Paraprotect. It's fine.
Welcome. I'm sorry I may butchered your name. Andrew?
Good morning. I am Andrew Rogers, the Chief Financial Officer of Paraprotect.
Good morning. And last but not least, I want you to say your name. I don't want to get it wrong.
Okay, my name's Naya, and I'm the Chief Operations Officer of Paraprotect.
Welcome. It's great to see you all. So Mr. Arm is having trouble getting on. The beauty of this is he has already seen your presentation. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll run your presentations about 9.5 minutes. We'll run that, and hopefully he's with us by the question and answer. So sit back and enjoy this presentation. What's it doing?
Oh, there
you
go.
Good morning. Thank you for your time to watch our presentation. Raise your hand if you know young adults who like to go out. Now ask yourself the question, when they go out, do they have anything to defend themselves with? Raise your hand if you know someone who has been sexually assaulted. Paraprotect brings a product, not to stop an assault from happening, but it will allow you time to get away from your assailant. When I was 11 years old, I started making simple paracord keychains, and I would sell them to my dad's friends and coworkers at the Department of Defense. Lamont Tucker, now a former Department of Defense employee, came to me and asked me to make a keychain that was 12 inches long with a key ring on each end. For the past 7 years, Mr. Tucker has taught all of his self-defense classes with one of our prototypes. Here is a short video clip of Mr. Tucker demonstrating our product.
This is for use of the Streetwise keychain. I'm using an ordinary tool in an extraordinary manner. It's non-threatening, it's colorful. I've carried it all over the world. We've demoed it in several countries, probably to about 1,000 students. It is not classified as a weapon, it's merely a tool. Unlike these are classified as pure weapons. Coubaton's a weapon, pepper spray is a weapon. You can't have it in school, on campus. You've got the batons, you've got the flashlights, these are classified as weapons. This is nothing but a tool. It's a keychain. So we're going to do a quick demo. We're going to use it. I'm going to strike, destroy the hands. I'm going to hit the face. And I'm going to use a gross motor skill. It's an X pattern. It's the simplest, easiest technique you can show. So I have my attacker who presents a tool. I put hands, strike the head. Get off the X, down the street I go. It's quick, it's simple. It's self-defense simplified. Again, I'm using an ordinary tool in an extraordinary manner. Thank you.
When looking at our startup costs, it'll be between these 4 categories. The material cost will be around $45,000, followed by the marketing cost of $30,000. Legal, patent, and accounting fees will be around $64,000. Finally, our office rent equipment costs will be about $5,000. Our features and benefits set us apart from our competitors, some being Paracord, which offers a minimum strength of 550 pounds. 2 strands offer 1,100 pounds of strength. Titanium is undetectable metal detectors, lightweight, durable, rust-proof, and non-allergenic. Made in the USA ensures a top-quality product. Length over 8 inches allows you to hit your assailant without being in close proximity. Lastly, gross motor simple. No extended background training is needed. When looking at images of our competitors, you can see they don't extend over 8 inches, allowing a reach without close proximity. Looking at the pictures of survival strap and monkey armor, the end which contains the metal ball has begun to be classified as a weapon due to the vocabulary used around the product. This, for instance, is why we refrain from calling key defense a weapon, but instead a self-defense tool. Key defense allows you to get away by buying you time, and this is why it's a tool, not a weapon. As you can see, key defense marks off all of the following features, unlike our competitors who only mark off a few. Titanium keyring and carabiner, for handmade, lifetime guarantee, and gross motor skills simple, to name a few.
When conducting a survey of 150 replies, 100 being young females and 50 being adults with children in our target market, 71% said that they felt unsafe in an area and had nothing to defend themselves with. 87% said that they would purchase a keychain that was made to defend themselves. It would also be allowed to be carried on carry-ons and school property. 85% said they would purchase a defense keychain with military-grade durability due to the paracord and titanium key rings. Another 87% said they would be willing to spend $15 to $20 on this product. OODA loop is the planning and reaction time of an attack. It stands for observe, orientate, decide, and act. It takes the human brain an average of 0.2 to 0.5 seconds to reassess a situation. This is often known as the reaction gap. The OODA loop was created by an Air Force colonel who is also a military strategist. Taking a step in any direction or putting up a fight can reset someone's OODA loop. We don't often realize that we use the OODA loop in our everyday lives, like sitting at an intersection or a stop sign. You name it, and it calls for your brain to rethink and readjust. Our three main forms of distribution will be through our website, Amazon, and self-defense agencies across the United States. We will market by going to college move-in days and high school college fairs.
As the chart shows, there is a large jump in sales from year 3 to year 5. This is because we have 3 products in year 3 being sold retail and wholesale. By year 5, we will have 4 products being sold retail and wholesale. With the increase of our product line and our forecasted demand, we are confident that our sales will be this high. In year 1, we are in Virginia and DC. In year 2, we will be in Maryland and Delaware. By year 3, we will be in Kentucky, West Virginia, and North Carolina. In year 4, we will expand to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Georgia. And by year 5, we will be in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine.
Paracord Wholesale will supply our company with 1,000-foot spools of paracord. TIEDC will supply us with titanium keyrings and carabiners. Halo will supply our company with personalized laminated key tags. In our business plan in the exhibits, for more reference, you can find our secondary suppliers. All of Paraprotect's primary suppliers will provide made in the USA materials. Their materials will be shipped directly to Paraprotect headquarters to assemble each keychain. All of Paraprotect's products are assured to be made and assembled in the USA. We have a lifetime warranty for all of our customers. Use Paraprotect and an act of self-defense for you or someone else, and if the keychain were to suffer damages, we will replace it for the cost of shipping. If your keychain were to arrive to you in the mail with defects, we will replace it free of charge.
Our first product is Key Defense. It costs $5.62 to produce one. At retail, it will be sold at $17.99. In year 2, we release Key Defense with Carabiner. It costs a total of $6.74 to make one and will be sold retail at $18.99. Year 3, we unveil Mini Defense. It costs $3.62 to make one and will be sold retail at $12.99. We will be skipping our 4th year to allow time to increase sales and profit. In year 5, we release Line Defense. It costs $6.12 to make one and will be sold at retail at $18.49. Our 5-year profit shows our net gross profit and total sales in dollars increasing exponentially over the first 5 years of operation.
Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, we are more than happy to help.
Okay, great job. So we're going to do 10 minutes of question and answers. I'll start the stopwatch and I'm going to go down the line of the judges one at a time. Students, if you would like to answer the question, just please raise your hand and I'll call on you. So my first judge is Norm.
All right, I get to go first this time. Thanks, everyone. Great presentation. Cool product idea. I loved the demonstration part of it. I was like, oh God, okay. Would have been cooler if one of you guys did the demonstration, but I still really did like it. Hey, I really only have one question. I went through the whole business plan. It looks great, and there's other financial experts on the call, so I'm not going to even try and dive into that. They're smarter than I am. My question is, what if you don't carry keys? Like, my car doesn't have a key, my house doesn't have a key, and I know that a lot of sort of direction for the future is going keyless, wireless, and things like that. So have you guys thought about how you might modify the product later to provide the same kind of security and protection without the keys?
Who would like to answer? Sydney? Go ahead, Sydney.
So we have thought about that. In fact, we talked to a lot of people, and they did tell us that most of their keys are in fobs, or they have a passcode to get in. It's that push start kind of car. So we talked about developing a keychain that maybe comes with a set of fake keys, because really in the end, your keys are becoming your defense. So if you're not using keys, we talked about selling a keychain that would have keys already on it. So it's not really going to be used for home use or for your car, but it would still be that defense mechanism to protect yourself when you're feeling unsafe.
Thank you. Chris?
All right. Well, a great presentation. I agree with the demo. That was really cool. A little scary, and I just don't want to be that guy. And so I guess my question really is about the patent and how you're going to kind of protect this thing. I was a little concerned on the sales side of things and how you're going to try to protect this versus the other products that were out there when we're really just extending it a couple inches. So that's my question.
Who would like to answer? Okay, go ahead, Christine.
Ours is different not only because it extends a few inches, but because of the titanium key rings, and because we're not classifying it as a weapon. It's merely a tool as for self-defense, unlike the other things that are similar to it. They are being classified as weapons, and it's a completely different thing that we're trying to do.
Thank you. Sherry?
Thank you. Very nice presentation. I was curious about when you did your survey, you had 85.5% of people saying yes, they like the idea of using a keychain for defense. But then when they saw the prototype, it went down to 70% that said that they would look at purchasing it. And I just wondered if you were able to identify what it was about the product that, lost 15% of appeal over the idea. And if you've addressed that.
Go ahead, Naya.
So when we conducted our survey initially, we saw that the 15% that said that they wouldn't end up buying after they said they'd like to was because of the length. Some people found it inconvenient to put in purses, and that's why we came out with mini defense later to kind of combat that.
Great. Thank you very much. Great answer.
Ed?
I think my question, it appears that some of you might have already participated before in eSquare, and I was wondering if you have, and just because of the type of presentation you put on.
Sydney?
I participated last year. My group did Real O2, so it was a big advantage in us getting a really good business plan in this year.
Very good, thank you.
Ray?
I have one comment, then a question. My first comment was one, I really like the product. As a father of 2 daughters, and especially one who's a recent college grad that moved into a big city, I would love to have her have one of these. And really to sort of go back to Norm's comments, she doesn't carry many keys, but what she does carry, a key ring, would definitely be classified as a weapon. So I think she could have no problems with that many keys attached to it. Yeah, my big question sort of came from, in looking at the numbers, you notate in there that your gross profit margin declines when you add in the carabiner component. And so as you and as an investor, looking at really the gross profit margin, you would hope that as your sales grow, you would see your gross profit margin grow as well. So your thought process of when you added the carabiner on, your price increase for that addition of the carabiner doesn't seem to truly cover the cost of adding that piece in. What was your mindset on trying to keep that price point there, which drove your margin down a little bit? And have you given consideration that perhaps that may be to rethink your pricing when you add that carabiner on?
Andrew?
So yes, we did give consideration to changing the price point. However, we decided that since overall our sales are going to be high enough, we could leave it at what it was at. And the whole reason why the price went down was because of the increase of materials that we had to order to cover for the extra keychains.
Okay. All right. Well, again, team, great presentation. And as soon as you bring this to market, you got at least 2 sales right here. So good job.
Mr. Michael Arm is with us.
Yeah, I apologize for the computer glitch. I did get to see the video yesterday, though, and I fortunately got right back on as it was winding up. Great video, and I loved how your actual report had the hyperlinks to go see some of the videos, which I did when I was reading it. My only real question that hasn't been asked is, on your financials, you had talked about, I think, year 1 salary of $40,000, and you are doing production in-house. So you didn't say how many people, though, were involved in, how many workers will you have in that first year, and is that really enough to cover if you're doing both sales, management, and production?
Sydney?
So in our first year, the only employees we're going to have are the 4 founders, and that's because we really don't believe we need any more, due to the fact that our sales are only going to be exceeding 17,000. And so we have a machine that braids them. So on average, if we were to run the machine 24/7 all year, we could exceed 60,000 keychains. So we'll run it as needed. And with the help of our advisory group, we don't really think we're going to need employees. We'll start hiring part-time employees in year 2 and increase their hours. as our company begins to grow.
We have time for one more question. Who would like to ask it? Okay, Chris.
All right. I think the training and information was lacking in the presentation or in the information. Is that something that would be included in the product? I understand gross motor skills doesn't need a whole lot of training, but I'm just trying to think of just a little pictorial of how to do this. How does this thing work so that you can show that it's different?
Sydney.
Is a training option. So like we said, Halo will provide our company with personalized key tags, and on those key tags there will be a QR code on the back. So those who know how to use the QR code, they can scan that and it'll take them directly to our website where they can find an informational video, and in less than 1 minute they can learn how to use their key defense to protect themselves. And if they don't know how to use the QR code, there will be a card that comes in the packaging that says you can visit our website at this URL for an informational video, and then they'll still be able to learn. So even if they were to order from Amazon or from another company, they're able to find how to protect themselves easily.
Great, thank you. So that concludes our question and answer period. Students, thank you again for seeing this through and working so hard to make this happen. And Mrs. Lane and your coaches, thank you. And as I said in the beginning, we'll make an announcement at as close to 1 o'clock as we possibly can. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Good morning, students. It's really great to see you. And we're so glad that you're doing this today. We are recording this. I want to make sure everybody knows that. And you can see that we're recording by the red and white rectangle at the top. So what we're going to do is have the judges all introduce themselves to you, students, and then each of you will get to introduce yourself. We're going to show your pre-recorded presentation and then 10 minutes of question and answer. I'll tell you now that at as close to 1 o'clock as possible, we will make an announcement of the winning team. And then by the end of the week, maybe even tomorrow, we'll have all of it for you to watch, all the team's presentations, the Bob Jepson Award winners, and some other recognitions. But as close to 1 o'clock today, we'll have the winning team announced. As I'm speaking, you will see me look down. I'm looking down at a Chromebook so I can see all of you at the same time. So judges, let's start with you. And if you'll introduce yourselves, I'm going to start with Norm.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining and thanks for working so hard this year. My name's Norm Laudermilk, and I'm very pleased to be a finals judge again this year. And I'm the Chief Operating Officer for a cybersecurity company called Control Case.
Thank you. Chris?
Hi, Chris Pearson, CPA and partner at Yount, Hyde & Barbour. We're a CPA and consulting firm. Thank you guys so much for participating. It's awesome.
Sherry?
I'm Sherry Landry. I'm the president of Culpeper Wellness Foundation. I want to thank you for all the work you've put into this and your flexibility and adaptability during these crazy times. So thank you.
Thank you. Ed?
Morning, I'm Ed Dalrymple with Cedar Mountain Stone and Chemung Contracting. As everybody else has told you, thank you for being a part of the program. Really great that you've been able to sustain and put together a full presentation.
Ray?
Good morning, everybody, and echoing all the comments, great job. And my name is Ray Knott, and I am the Senior Vice President and Commercial Banking Executive for Atlantic Union Bank.
Michael?
Yeah, thank you all for taking part and doing such a great job under these circumstances. My name is Michael Arm, and I'm a partner at Hassinger Arm Associates. We're a consulting firm who provides services to the mission critical world. Largely what we do is we help develop data centers.
Welcome. And Mr. Dumpy, one of your coaches, has joined us. So good morning to you. Just want to remind everybody to make sure your mics are muted if you're not talking. And I'd like the students to introduce themselves. And Haley, if you would begin.
Hi, I'm Haley. I'm the production and logistics manager, Spacesaver.
Good morning, staff.
Good morning. I'm Staff Mosen, record keeper for Spacesaver.
Good morning, and Titus.
Hello, I'm Titus. I'm the account manager and tech production manager of Spacesaver.
Fantastic. Again, so glad to have you all. We're going to show your presentation, and that's over the next 12 minutes.
Okay. 1 second. Keep losing this.
Hello, good morning. We are Spacesaver, and I'm Titus Knold, the account manager and tech production manager of Spacesaver.
My name is Haley Miller, and I am the production and logistics manager of Spacesaver.
My name is Saf Mosen, and I'm the inventory manager and the record keeper for Spacesaver.
Since March 13th, when the governor shut down the economy, we have all been stuck at home organizing and purging through our kitchen. These are a few examples of messy countertops with objects that have no place to go. These photos all have a simple solution to make the clutter disappear. No matter how large or small of a kitchen we have, we still deal with limited space when it comes to our countertop. Spacesaver is an under-cabinet organizer that is a solution to messy countertops. Spacesaver includes USB ports and wireless charging to eliminate the clutter caused by multiple phone cords. Spacesaver is created from ABS plastic, which is 70% recycled plastic, and comes in a variety of colors to best suit your home and does not cause damage if wanted removed. Since our product is made from ABS, it is light and capable of holding up to 10 pounds of clutter. As you can see in these photos, Spacesaver has fixed this person's problem of to where to put their counter clutter and adds counter space. We feel as though this product can be very beneficial to our customers.
We are asking the venture capitalists for $315,000 for a 15% stake in our company, and they will receive a full return in year 4. We first spent a few days creating a sketch of our product, then we took it to the makerspace where we created it in AutoCAD. We then created a prototype using the AutoCAD drawing from cardboard.
We will be operating out of Winchester, Virginia. This warehouse has 8,800 square feet and is large enough to hold all of our current products as well as our future needs. This location is near suppliers and trucking companies, which makes shipping our products to customers more efficient.
This is a beginning view of our website. It is currently being constructed and we will have it prepared by the beginning of 2021. On our website, you will be able to find live customer service, our location, and service hours, along with other helpful information. Initially, customers will be able to purchase Spacesaver only through our website.
Our competitions are Simple Houseware, Revishelf, and Link Professional. None of our competitors have any sort of charging, where Spacesaver has wireless and in year 3 has USB ports along with the wireless charging. Spacesaver is made out of ABS plastic, where competitors are made up of wire, wood, or metal. Compared to our competitors, Spacesaver offers more benefits for the price that is being paid.
For our first 4 years, we will be marketing through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Beginning year 5, we will also start to sell and market through Bed Bath & Beyond and other brick-and-mortar retailers. Marketing through social media will be very beneficial to us, as our world today revolves greatly around social media.
Our main suppliers are Mac Molding, who will provide our molds and plastic for $1 per unit, and Worth Electronic, who will provide the electrical components of Spacesaver 1 for $5.50 per unit and Spacesaver 2 for $6.90 per unit. Our secondary suppliers are Toray Plastics and Eaton's Electrical Products, who will provide backup if Mac Molding and Worth Electronic is unable to provide our materials. In our warehouse, we will install the electrical components into the molded product to create a finished product. Quality assurance will be maintained by sending a member of Spacesaver to the manufacturing facility to ensure quality and quantity.
Spacesaver 1 and 2 have the shipping to our warehouse included in these costs. The electronics for Spacesaver 1 include a wireless charger and cord, and Spacesaver 2 includes the same, but with 3 USB ports, LEDs for under cabinet lighting, and a plug outlet for other appliances. Spacesaver 1 will cost the buyer $30, and Spacesaver 2 will cost $40.
For our first year, we will only be selling Spacesaver on our website. Beginning year 2, we will start selling Spacesaver on Amazon. Beginning year 5, we will start selling only Spacesaver 2 through Bed Bath & Beyond and other brick-and-mortar retailers, while we continue selling both Spacesaver 1 and 2 on our website and Amazon. Amazon will take a $1.50 cut for every product sold, and Bed Bath & Beyond will take a $10 cut for every product sold. Spacesaver will be an LLC, as it protects Spacesaver from business liability and is easier to maintain since the initial paperwork and fees are relatively light. In terms of business liability, we have received a $475 quote from State Farm. Spacesaver's patent and trademark attorney will be Michael Haynes, and we are allotting $14,000 in the first 6 months for legal services, including the $9,000 cost of applying for the patent and trademark, and $5,000 for legal fees. The electronics we are purchasing are nationally recognized testing laboratories and RTL certified, which is important to ensure the safety of the electronics for our customers.
Spacesaver is targeting 0.3% out of the total households we are rolling out into that specific year. We will be targeting the ages of 17 and up, along with homeowners and renters. Spacesaver is sold both in-store and online to appeal to more people as well.
The rent is for a 6-month period plus a 1-month deposit. Capital equipment is $200,000 for the molds, which we will be mortgaging. The administrative expenses include utility deposits, legal and accounting fees, prepaid insurance, and pre-opening salaries. The opening inventory is 800 units for a 1-month supply and 200 demo units. Marketing is split between YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the 6-month period before startup.
In year 1, we will capture 0.3% of the market in Virginia. According to the Census Bureau, there are a total of 3.18 million households in Virginia. From this population, we would like to sell approximately 9,500 units. In year 2, we will continue to sell in Virginia, and we will focus our market on Maryland, which has a total of 2.19 million households, and we plan on capturing 0.3% of that market, which amounts to 16,000 sales. In year 3, we will keep selling in the same locations and also expand to Pennsylvania, which has a total of 5.02 million households, and we plan on capturing 0.3% of the market, which amounts to 31,000 sales. In year 4, we will target the rest of the East Coast. We plan on capturing 0.3% of the market, which amounts to 132,000 sales. In year 5, we will target the entire East Coast, Texas, and California. We plan on capturing 0.3% of the market, which amounts to 262,000 sales. We chose these locations because of the high population in these states. Spacesaver will be doing a state-by-state rollout to ensure demand never exceeds supply. However, if it should, our manufacturers are ready, and so our backup manufacturers also are ready. We are aware that we will be making sales in states we aren't targeting, and we are fully prepared if that situation occurs.
In year 3, Spacesaver will be introducing Spacesaver 2, which will cause a decrease in the number of sales for Spacesaver 1. And in year 5, most people will be buying Spacesaver 2 over 1. Year 5 will be the last year we will be selling Spacesaver 1 because we will not be making another mold of it for continued production. We are Spacesaver, and thank you for your time.
Okay, great job. So we'll have our 10-minute question and answer, students. I'll start the stopwatch, and the students that I can see, Haley and Saf, if you want to answer the question, just raise your hand and I'll call on you. And Titus, if you want to answer the question, just jump on in there. Okay. So I'm going to start with Mr. Arm.
Thank you. My question is, your business plan says that you are going to primarily sell this online, but then you will bring in Amazon in year 2, and you'll go to brick and mortar sales in Bed Bath & Beyond in year 5. I guess my question is, why are you waiting for those time periods to try to get those distribution channels in place.
Staff?
So the whole thing is we just don't want to like jump too far from the beginning and immediately start selling to everyone. So that's why we started up slow by year by. We're gonna take time to do it.
Thank you. Ray?
Question I have, and to my other judges, it's not going to be a shocker, is around the numbers. Looking at your projections, you have some inconsistencies as it relates to your cost of your product. You notate in there that Spacesaver 2 is going to run a cost of about $7.50 to produce in your projections, but then in your breakdown you show the cost of $4.50 for the wireless charger, then $1 per unit for the USB components, then 40 cents per unit for the LED lights, and then you add in your other constant production cost. It actually comes up higher than the $7.50, and your Spacesaver 1 actually adds up to be a little bit less. Can you highlight a little bit about your projections and the cost per unit and some of the variances that I just mentioned there?
Who would like to answer?
I'm not completely sure I see where you see the inconsistencies. Could you point it out in our financial plan better?
Yeah, if you go back to your 5-year projected sales and unit cost, you list out your cost of materials, both direct material cost, direct labor cost, and then your other direct cost per unit. But then in your narrative of your business plan, as you walk through the different cost units, which are on page 16 of your narrative, you actually went through on what your purchasing costs was going to be on each of the components and the additions. And so when I add that up is where I'm getting the variance and the numbers.
Would any of you like to comment on that? Okay,
I'm still not seeing the inconsistency.
Okay.
It says $7.50 in our financial plan for Spacesaver 1 and $9 for Spacesaver 2.
Right, but you've got for Spacesaver 2, you're right, you're showing $9, but the totals are coming up a little bit less than that. That's fine. Okay. We'll move on.
Thank you, Titus. Ed?
I was curious, same thing, waiting for year 5 to bring Bed Bath & Beyond in, and why did you select them when there's a whole herd of other companies out there? It seemed, I didn't know why you waited to year 5.
Who would like to answer? Haley?
So we chose Bed Bath & Beyond because we felt as though they were very closely related to our product, to what they were selling in their store. And we felt as though we would get more sales if we sold Spacesaver there. And we waited till year 5 because we wanted to make sure our product was well known and getting enough sales to sell it in a brick and mortar store like that, since they do take a cut out of each unit sold.
Okay, thank you. That's a very good answer. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sherry?
I was wondering about the cost of the product, how you determined the cost. To me, the $30 seems expensive for the initial product. $40 may be more reasonable for the version with more amenities to it. But so how did you determine the cost?
Staff?
So if you look at our competitors, all of them cost more than us, but yet they have less features and they don't have the wireless charging unit that we have. And some of them cost more than us. So that's how we determine the price that we should be in between there. And $30 sounds like the right amount, looking at our competitors.
Thank you.
Chris?
All right. Great presentation so far. I just wanted to focus in on the feature set and kind of, why, this is a very public and very aesthetic kind of product. And so it was really kind of around inventory levels and how you're going to try to manage inventory with colors and styles and other things. And piggyback on that, the wireless charging seemed hidden. I didn't realize that it had wireless charging until I read it. So when you see the picture, it doesn't do that. So maybe putting it kind of so it can be used as a recipe holder and wireless charging at the same time, maybe an interesting differentiator. I guess the question is just really how you're handling the SKUs.
Could I ask you to elaborate on what you mean by that?
The colors. How are you going to handle the differentiator? Having numerous colors and that.
We are going to hold a certain number of our most common colors, which would most likely be like black and white. And then we're going to have a lesser number of some of the more less common colors.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Norm?
Hi, everybody. Great job so far. My initial thoughts, any kitchen organizer / gadget thing is going to have some level of market. So I think it's a good market focus. My only question, since the guys always do such a great job diving in on the finances, is on the technical side. How do you plan to evolve your product over time as the charging interfaces change? Like USB-A is now all going to USB-C, which is annoying. You got to buy all these new chargers. Apple usually drives those changes. So, what plans do you have for future development to keep up with the way the market changes?
Staff?
So we're going to be looking at which USB type charging products are going to have more following behind them, like how many people are going to buy more, and we're going to look at based off of that and see if we should include USB-C or where the future is heading. We're just going to base ours on that.
Judges, we have time for one more question. Who would like to ask it? Ray?
Other question I have, on your production costs, you got, what is your time to produce one unit that you have in there? You've got a total of about $10 per hour. And I was just trying to get an idea of what is your number of units you can produce per hour.
We estimated that at roughly 2 per hour.
Okay, so 2 per hour. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you all so very much. That concludes our question and answer period. Students, again, thank you for staying together as a team and seeing this through to the end. And Mr. Dumpy and Mrs. Lane, thank you for being their mentors, coaches, and leaders and cheerleaders. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. As I said earlier, we'll announce at as close to 1 o'clock as we can. So the students and Mr. Dumpy and Mrs. Lane can exit the call. Thank you all so much and take care. So welcome First, I want to tell you that we are recording this, and you can tell that by the red and white at the top that says REC that we're recording. I want you to know that. We're going to announce our winners, the winning team, later today at as close to 1 o'clock as we can. And then by the end of the week, maybe even tomorrow, we're going to have a full YouTube video for you to watch of all the presentations, all the question and answers, and the Bob Jepson Award winners and some other special recognitions. The way this is going to work this morning is the coaches are all going to introduce themselves to you, and then students, you will introduce yourselves. We'll show your presentation, and we'll do our Q&A. If you see me looking down like this, it's because I'm looking at a Chromebook so I can see everyone that is on with us. So I'm going to start with the judges, and Norm, if you'll start, please.
Sure thing. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining, and thanks for working so hard this year. I'm really pleased to be a finals judge again, working with you guys. My name's Norm Laudermilk, and I am the Chief Operating Officer for a cybersecurity company called Control Case.
Thank you. Ray?
Good morning, everyone. Great job. My name is Ray Knott, and I'm the Senior Vice President and Commercial Banking Executive for Atlantic Union Bank.
Chris?
Hello, I'm Chris Pearson, CPA and partner at Jan Hyde & Barber. We're a CPA and consulting firm, and can't thank you guys enough for continuing through this program. It's wonderful.
Ed?
Good morning. I'm Ed Dalrymple. I'm with Cedar Mountain Stone and Chemung Contracting. Thank you for putting together your presentation, and look forward to hearing your comments. Thank you.
Michael?
Good morning. I'm Michael Arm, and I am a partner with Hassinger Arm Associates. We are a development consulting firm on mission-critical projects.
And Sherry?
Is it still morning? Yes, it is. Good morning. I'm Sherry Landry. I'm the president of Culpeper Wellness Foundation, and I just want to thank you for your flexibility and adaptability during this process. Great job.
I just want to recognize, even though we can't see them, Mr. Heatwell and your coaches, Mrs. Carter, Mr. Carter, and Mrs. O'Reilly. Thank you for being on the call. And students, we really excited to meet you this morning. So I'll start with Stacy.
Hi, I'm Stacy. I am the Chief Operating Officer of Volt.
Good morning. And Lillian?
Hi, I'm Lillian Galvin, and I'm the Executive Officer here at Volt.
And Kaiser.
Hi, I'm Kaiser. I'm Financial Officer in this project.
Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to play your video.
Have you been looking to jump into a new business opportunity? I have a business plan to bounce off you. The problem: there's nothing to do in Culpeper. Every weekend, my friends and I debate on what we should do. We're bored out of our minds. Everything is either too far away or too expensive. And that is the reoccurring problem we've heard from fellow peers and even parents not knowing what to do with their kids. The solution? An indoor trampoline park with added amenities and a lounge. Volt. Volt would create a safe, fun, climate-controlled environment available year-round for kids of all ages to play and enjoy. This affordable option gives parents an economical activity to take part in with their children. What we are offering. Volt is a state-of-the-art recreational facility with multiple trampoline, jumping/launch pads. There's also various equipment and activity sections that give a playground-like feel. With added rooms, it is also the perfect place to have a birthday bash. The luxury lounge and concession stand is the perfect way for adults to sit back and relax while their kiddos enjoy the fun. Our market research consists of 2 polls. The first being a survey including various activities that young kids, teens, and families would enjoy. With that information, we found many people were very intrigued by a trampoline park. Our second survey included their age and how much they would be willing to pay. With this data, we found our designated target market of those aged between 10 and 17 years old, and the price point in which we would offer. Location was a huge factor for us. We chose to keep it in Culpeper as there is no other facility like it around. The closest trampoline parks are 45 minutes to an hour away. The whole purpose of being located here was to bring a fun new adventure unlike anything else to Culpeper. Along with being located in Culpeper, we are drawing customers from surrounding counties such as Madison and Orange, which is a closer drive. We plan to do a fair bit of promoting on social media, as that is the day and age we live in. We'll promote special offers and deals, camps we are holding, and classes we will be running. Using social media as our main promotional platform, this will also allow us to draw in customers by posting fun pictures of kids and families having fun, along with exciting and cool trampoline/jumping videos. Now, we are not the only trampoline park facility out there. However, we are the only one in Culpeper and within a 45-minute radius. Our fun and unique experience will result in returning customers. Within Culpeper, we also have a bowling alley, skating, rock climbing, and movie theater. Vault will offer a new and exciting experience with affordable pricing. The pricing goes as follows on screen. We have our memberships and regular jump times. We took in consideration of our market and their demographic along with comparing prices to other facilities. We offer the most enjoyable experience at the lowest cost. Along with memberships and regular jump times, we also have party rooms and party packages based on the number of jumpers. During the day, we also have classes such as Mommy and Me or Toddler Time that will be held. We also plan to explore offering trampoline fitness classes in the future. The facility hours also go as followed on the screen. During the school year, we plan on seeing a decrease in customers. However, in the summer, we plan on extending our hours as we see an increase in customers coming to have fun at Vault while school is out. Economics. Between Culpeper, Orange, and Madison, our expected customer base is 53,000. We plan on capturing 20% of that market, which would equate to around 11,000-ish customers. Of that 20% market capture, we also predict 1.5% of those customers will purchase memberships, also equating around 160 customers. Our ROI. Vault's venture capitalist investment is $290,000, which means that's how much we are asking. The percentage stock given to venture capitalist back will be 20%. Now we will answer any questions you may have about Vault. Jump into action.
Okay, so I'm going to start the 10-minute timer, and we'll go down the line of judges, and Michael, we'll start with you. Students, if you want to answer the question, please raise your hand, and I'll call on you.
Thank you. When I read through the business plan, I didn't remember seeing how many trampolines you would have. And I guess that's important information for us to understand how you derive your profit, because you're talking about like a 10-person party at $150, a 20-person party at $350, and a whole place, a sale at $200. And, you know, what does that take away from, you know, just having people there regularly? For instance, with 200 being a fairly low number, and I think you said you get about $20 an hour per trampoline for your figuring. If you may be able to do better by not having whole place parties or only limiting them to non-profitable hours. Could you explain a little bit more about how you derive those numbers for the parties and how many actual trampolines you have?
Who would like to answer? Okay. Kaiser.
Well, the number of trampolines would depend on the square feet. The trampolines go by the square feet size or the square meter from where you buy them. And the parties, we calculated it and tested it, and we'd be making the daily foot trafficking coming in would equal the $200 that's been coming in within those 2 hours.
Okay. Ed.
Didn't expect to be second. On page 2, you asked for $305,000, and then at the end of the presentation, I think you asked for $290,000. Which do you need?
Lillian.
So unfortunately on page 2, the $305,000 is a typo. That was one of our original goals, and at the very end when we were asking for the $290,000, that is the asking price that we're asking from our investors.
Thank you. Chris?
Right. Well, I have been to one of these things, have had a great time at it. Unfortunately, I have there's a family of 6 for us, so it gets a little bit expensive when I have to pay for each one. So my question really is around the membership and then the family discounts and how do you deal with a family of 6, and the parents like to jump just as much as the kids, I think sometimes. So I saw the parent add-on, but I'd like to learn a little bit more about how you would structure a family of 6 membership, as I was a little bit confused in the membership area.
Stacy.
So the memberships are a solid price a month. I believe the basic one is about $20 a month, and that doesn't vary no matter how many people are in your family. So a family of 6 would only have to pay $20 a month for that membership.
Okay, great.
Ray.
Good morning and good job. The first comment I'd like to make, I actually enjoyed in your business plan the reference to teenage siblings that are forced to watch their other siblings. I felt like y'all were speaking from experience on that. I've heard that quite a bit from my 2 girls who don't care to watch each other either. So, some of the questions I had already been answered, but the other question that I did have is in regards to the trampolines themselves. You notated in here that you're going to have to do some recurring maintenance or replacement of the trampolines. What is that cost, and do you see that impacting your ability, as far as, can you do that during down times, or is that something that you see impacting sales at some point?
Lillian.
So we worked within our finance and economics that every year it'll cost about $5,000 to replace any trampoline parts, just general maintenance in general, such as like springs or screens that may break from whatever incident that we may have happen. And so, yeah, we just work that into the budget for anything that may occur.
Okay. And as a follow-up to that, with the cleaning and maintenance and the like, you notate that you're going to hire a cleaning company, but you notated once a week. Is that going to be just a once a week deep clean, or is that where they would be on a weekly, more meant to be a weekly service where they would be in on a regular basis?
So once a week we'll have a crew that we have hired come in and do a deep clean of the entire facility, but it will be up to our employees to keep up with the daily cleaning and maintenance of just wiping down surfaces and areas.
Okay, thank you.
Great.
Okay, Norm.
Hi guys. I'm hoping you all went to one of these trampoline parks to do research for your project. I've also been to a couple and really had a great time. I think, these things are all the rage now. You've got a good point on location. If we built one in Culpeper, there's not another one around. So you'd get business from neighboring areas. I wonder a little bit if this isn't different enough to draw a new investor for a new business. For instance, Sky Zone builds these things all over the place, right? If I wanted to put one in Culpeper, what is it about your business proposition that is so different that would keep me from just calling Sky Zone and telling them I want to open one in Culpeper? And so I did have a question, and my question is, have you thought about maybe doing something a little bit different to differentiate, like maybe offering, jump zone exercise classes, or I don't know, some kind of like acrobatic classes or something cool? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of whether you've investigated any real differentiators that aren't done at any other jump parks.
Kaiser.
At the end of the video, she did bring up later on, we will be bringing fitness classes.
Oh, cool.
And we are already doing, there's toddler time. It's just for the little kids when their parents bring the baby, 3-4 years old. They don't want them jumping around the teenagers, knock them over and hurt them. So we will have like different set times. And in the summertime, we were planning on doing camps too. Little camps for the kids, which would also be included in all that.
Okay, thanks. Cool.
And Sherry.
Thank you. My questions are primarily around space. Like, I wondered if 15,000 square feet is big enough to accommodate all of the jumping equipment, plus the cafe that you mentioned, and the lounge area, and the birthday party rooms, and the offices. And then beyond that, your plan indicated that you would be adding amenities to the center in a few years, and talked about eventually laser tag and go-karts. So I just wondered how you, that'll make a big impact on where you end up being, to make sure that there's the expansion space, and wondered what you had thought about that.
Really?
So we had planned on leasing out a warehouse around 15,000 square feet, and in doing research, the average size of a trampoline park is between 10 and 12,000, and that's just for the trampoline area. So we added on 3,000 square feet for the party rooms, offices, lounge, and extra things. But in expanding with like go-karts and our other amenities we had hoped for, we will have to add on to the facility itself.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question. Which judge would like to ask another question? Okay, Michael.
Yeah, in the business plan, you talked about food as being part of what you would sell, but in the financials, I didn't really, it looked like everything was just kind of all lumped together. You have an idea of like what percentage of your overall income would be from food sales?
Lily.
So we don't have an overall percentage of sales from food and concessions, but in our financials, under our product sales, we have service sales, we have 3 different sections. One's for daily foot traffic, one's for memberships, one's for the camps and classes we also have, and then we also have one for concession sales that we will end up having.
Okay, fantastic. That ends our question and answer period. So we thank you, Vault, students and coaches, and Mr. Heatwell. We hope you have a great rest of the day. And again, about 1 o'clock, we will get an announcement up of the winner. You guys take care, and great job. Thank you again. Bye-bye. Osmond, again, welcome.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you that you stuck this through and carried through, finished what you started. We're so proud of you for that. The way this time together is going to work is I'm going to have the judges introduce themselves, and I believe that's Mrs. Hutchins coming in.
Oh, there we go.
And then you can introduce yourself to them. We're going to play your presentation, and then we'll have a 10-minute question and answer period.
Okay.
I want you to know that at as close as possible to 1 o'clock today, we will announce the winner. And then by the end of the week, we will have the whole program put together in a YouTube video so you can see your fellow classmates and some other awards, the Bob Jepson Award that we're going to give, and some other recognitions.
All right.
Ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So judges, I'm going to start with you, Sherry.
Good morning, Osmond.
morning.
I'm Sherry Landry. I'm the president of Culpeper Wellness Foundation, and good for you for sticking through this and being so adaptable and flexible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes, good morning, Osmond, and thank you for sticking around.
Good morning.
You've done a great job. My name is Michael Arm. I am a partner at Hassinger Arm Associates. We are consultants in the data center world.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Chris.
Well, my name is Chris Pearson. I'm a CPA and partner at Yount and Barber. We're a CPA and consulting firm, and I really appreciate the grit that you've shown here, sticking to it. So good job.
Thank you.
Ray.
Good morning, Osmond. And again, I echo what everybody else says. Great job of sticking in there and staying with it. I'm actually the Senior Vice President and Commercial Banking Executive with Atlantic Union Bank.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
And Norm.
Osmond, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
For taking the time to present to us today and all your hard work that you put into this. We really appreciate it. My name's Norm Laudermilk, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer for a cybersecurity company called Control Case.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet everyone.
Okay, so we lost one of our judges somehow. They must have gotten disconnected. So I hope he's trying to get back on the call. Did I get everybody? Yes.
All right.
All right, so we're going to show your presentation.
Okay. Could I just say one thing before we start?
You absolutely can.
All right. I'd like to say, if ever my teammates would come across this, thank you to my teammates for the prior work that they did. And I know that some of them had some problems that they had to go through. I couldn't reach out to them, but the work that they have done with me throughout this whole entire thing, I really appreciate what they have done, and I'm deeply grateful to them. That's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Osmond. Very kind.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for taking the time of day to take this virtual call with me. My name is Osmond Rondorf-Malm, and I am the founder of the navigation app, Weathernav. Unfortunately, because of the recent situation, my two team members have chosen not to participate. However, I am deeply grateful for the work they did prior. Now, I believe everyone here has experienced bad weather before. This can range from rain that disrupts your field of vision, snow that causes your car to lose traction, or powerful gusts of wind that causes you to lose control of your steering wheel. On the road, weather can be a very dangerous factor. In the US, a study was taken by the Federal Highway Administration and the Department of Transportation that there are 6 million vehicular accidents that occur every year, and 22% of those accidents are caused by hazardous weather conditions. Weathernav's hope is to help reduce the number of crashes and deaths that occur because of the unfavorable weather and road conditions, and help guide and inform drivers on a safer path. We are asking the venture capitalists for $400,000 for a 25% stake in our company. As you can see from the chart, you can expect your return on investment by the end of year 4. Our app is a simple concept, an easy combination of two services that have been already created but not combined: the technology to predict weather and navigation. The name of this technology is called Application Programming Interface, or APIs. We plan to purchase an API from AccuWeather to provide us with reliable and up-to-date weather forecasts. For our navigation and road updates, we will purchase the Google Maps API. With the purchase of the AccuWeather API, we gain the rights to use their services. I have done the research, and we would not be infringing on any patents or copyrights with both companies, Google and AccuWeather. What is included with the purchase is as listed: location, which is the basic recognition of the area to pinpoint the user. Next is the current conditions, which is AccuWeather will provide us with the weather conditions throughout the United States. With 24-hour current conditions, AccuWeather will provide us with recent weather activities that happened in the area of choice, giving reference data to the APIs. The 10-day and 72-hour forecast is AccuWeather will provide us with the weather forecast 10 days ahead and in-depth forecast of the weather 3 days ahead, or 72 hours ahead. The 10-day index will provide the trends of the weather 10 days ahead and the trend of weather that has already passed. The 10-day alarm will provide users with the recognition of the weather that is coming in 10 days. The translations are the humidity, precipitation chance, and air pressure, and more that will be displayed on a user's device. The tropical alerts is giving the ability of being able to detect the difference in tropical weather between the standard types of weather, and imagery is giving the users the ability to see what is forecasted on their device. All of these come at a monthly cost of $250. Next is what is included with the purchase of the Google Maps API. First is the mobile native dynamic maps, which is configuring the dynamic maps, which is the ability to move the map freely on the device, to being compatible with mobile devices. Next is the distance matrix advanced, which includes algorithms for the app to calculate how far is your destination, the time it takes, the number of miles, and much more. With routes, Google will provide the user with the routes that they will go on. The nearest road function is what takes a user's location and chooses the nearest roads for a user to begin their journey. Speed limits is the inclusion of speed limits on a user's screen. Autocomplete with place details is a combination of data on the places. This would include the phone number, open and close times, and if the area is a residency, commercial, food, or business destination. This will provide information on the whole entire area of choice. Time zones give the app the ability to recognize the location and give the proper time zone. Geolocation is the identification or estimation of the real-world geographic locations of an object, such as a radar source, mobile phone, or internet-connected computer terminal. Geocoding is the process of taking input text, such as an address or the name of a place, and returning a latitude/longitude location on the Earth surface for that place. Our developers, WillowTree Apps, will develop our product and handle all the technological and maintenance needs. With WillowTree, there is a one-time development cost of $200,000 and a yearly maintenance cost of $500,000. We will meet with the company 2 times a month to keep relations and ensure our app is running at a prime status. I've spoken with WillowTree about combining the 2 APIs, and they responded by saying, this is actually a very simple concept. And they were surprised that no company has thought of this and has attempted to combine the two APIs, and that this process was going to be very easy. I believe our product would benefit the most from promotion on social media platforms. We'll use Facebook and Instagram because of the recent trends of social media. Here I have added a screenshot of our Facebook page. iReach Leads is a search engine optimization program that will increase our search results when words relating to weather, navigation, direction, and more are searched on the internet. Here I have included a screen recording of our website. I decided to take the screen recording off of a smartphone to display how it would look while a user is using our app. The law firm of Frey, Hudson, Clark, and Walker LLP will provide us with the legal support and guidance within our company, helping us gain permits, licenses, and copyrights. We reached out to State Farm for liability insurance and more, and they provided us with a quote of $475. Michael Haynes will be our patent attorney, providing us with the proper information and guidance for our patents. I have included a chart to display our professional and advisory support. A part of the executive management team, without a doubt, we are happy to have our two coaches, Mrs. Elizabeth Hutchins and Mr. Tad Lovin, leading the team. Our accountant, Ms. Samantha Fontaine, who is a CPA, will aid us with all of our accounting needs. Our insurance agent, Ms. Lisa Hagan, will keep us informed on any changes needed to provide optimal safety for our customers and our app as a whole. The bank we have chosen is the Fauquier Bank, and our banker will be Miss Victoria Campbell. Our app, in comparison to Waze, Google, and Apple Map, these apps only provide one thing, and that's navigation. We provide one thing that these apps do not, the ability to predict weather. We provide the convenience of a trip being planned and already factoring in the weather and constant updates on weather and road conditions. We plan to input the ability of user interface to allow our users to add what they experience or see on the road. If a user drives over a pothole or sees an object on the road, the user can add it in. I would like to say that this app does not only appeal to the individual smartphone user. This app has the potential to assist companies in deliveries such as Amazon and USPS, but is not limited at all. We could also aid emergency services and the national trucking services too. This app has very large potential for the industry that it's in. And now I'm willing to take any questions.
Okay, great presentation. And our other judge, Mr. Dalrymple, he's waving at you. He came in during your presentation. So I'm gonna start the stopwatch. We're gonna do 10 minutes of question and answer. Each judge is gonna ask you a question, and if we have time, we may be able to do one or two more. So I'm gonna start with Norm.
All right, Osmond, thanks, and great presentation. You're a good speaker, and I've written some nice complimentary notes here as I was listening to you. So, you know, this is sort of up my alley. I've been in IT and high tech and software development and stuff my whole career. App ideas are good. They usually generate higher margins than services or product businesses. But the one thing that I was wondering about is, as investors, we always have to think about threats to the revenue stream. So if we invest in your company and you build this app and it's working great and you got 20, 30, 40, 50 million in revenue, what could threaten that for us? And I think two companies come to mind. You mentioned both of them, Google and Apple. What do you think you could do to stay ahead of them so that they can't make your product obsolete in in one software update? I know it's a tough question. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I believe that there's one thing that, as I've stated throughout the whole entire presentation, that separates us from the other companies. And already with the creation of this idea to combine these two things, these two services, we've actually put ourselves in a different category compared to these navigation apps. The apps are only set on one thing. And we have actually opened up the competition that we've had. So I believe that in the case, we have put intellectual property and copyrights on the thing, on our idea. So I believe that, where we're at, we're already separated from our competition. And that there's just, yeah.
I think you might be right, and then I'm going to turn it over to let some of my colleagues here ask questions too. But if you think about what Waze did when they disrupted the navigation market, Google and Apple were doing it really well then, and Waze jumped in and said, no, we can crowdsource this so that every driver using our software can tell each other where the police are and where the potholes are. And look what happened to them. They got bought by Google for a lot of money. So I think you might be onto something. I think you might be right. So thanks for your answer. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ray, you're next.
All right, Osmond, good job. I have one question, and then when you're done answering the question, I do have one comment. You had mentioned in your presentation about how you were going to add in about road construction updates and the like. What source or how are you looking to get that incorporated into your app?
Okay, so this would be based on the user inputs.
Okay.
As I said, with the drivers being able to put in what they experience on the roads. So we already know that on the road we have the caution sign saying there's road construction. So if a driver passes over those same signs and the same construction that's happening on the road, we would take the multiple user inputs and combine them and place it onto the maps to inform other drivers.
Okay. All right, thank you. And then my comment is, each year that I do this, I'm always surprised by a student or two and how they carry themselves and present themselves. And I want to accommodate you on that, Osmond. As a potential investor, we not only invest in a business or product, but we invest in people. I would definitely invest in Osmond.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Chris?
Ray, you were not supposed to say that because that's what I was going to say. So I do think that when you have a business, that you have to be just as excited about the owners and the people behind it as you do have the product. And I think that you've got that one covered. Okay. When I look at the app and when I'm dreaming about this thing, I'm thinking about how would I use it and how would I see this thing being used. And I immediately thought about planning for my trips. Okay. And I guess I want to hear your vision for the future when it comes to families traveling, planning for flights, planning for other things, and how you could take that and incorporate that, or is that in your plan? How is that, rather than just a navigation app with weather, which is a good thing in the first place, but how could you take that and kind of expand it so that it's a go-to place to combine the two?
So the calendar feature that we have in place on our app, the ability that you can put in whatever trips that you want to plan for the future into our app. And we'll have a separate area that you can either attach your calendar with it or you can put in your own calendar into the app. And it will take your trip, wherever destination that you choose, if it's Pennsylvania or if it's West Virginia. It will take that, put it into account, and once the date comes, it will plan that trip for you automatically.
Michael?
Thank you. Sort of a question and a statement. So, sort of the statement first. I would think and hope that you could do something with the user inputs where, weather is so unpredictable, and even when you get weather off of a source, like AccuWeather, that it may not be exactly what's going on where you're at. So I'm hoping and thinking that you would put in something where, similar to Waze, where the user could, right where they're at, put in that there's fog or there's hail, or I happen to run into very heavy rain right here. That's going to be different, throughout the general area where people are. And then my other one, which is, again, part statement, part question. You were saying salaries of $27,000 a year for night shift people, and they're going to have to be somewhat, techies to answer questions, problem solve for the users. I would think that you might want to look at putting more salary in early on for that type of person, that type of job. And don't worry about it. You're showing like $424,000 in the first year of profit. I'm the type, when I see returns, sometimes the first year is even negative. That doesn't bother me. It tells me people are being realistic about their costs and their income and their costs. So just, take a good look at the salaries that you're putting in for techie type jobs. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll most definitely consider all of that information. And we were only being conservative with most of our numbers, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Sherry.
Thank you. Great presentation. So I had a question about the salaries as well. Were you planning to do 24/7 customer service, live customer service? It didn't look to me like you had enough salaries to cover that, but it seems like it would be really important.
Okay. We were doing, in the business plan, we have written a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., but at the same time, we would be on call once we are off, like not inside our office. And then with the night shift, they would be on call through the night in their own homes. So that's what our plan was with the, so yes, it was basically a 24/7 on call, because we don't know who needs help at the same time as others.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that.
No problem.
Ed.
Very nice presentation you put together. I think the on-call situation, about probably 8-10 years ago, there was a weather event in Northern Virginia which froze all the roads for almost a week, literally hundreds of thousands of cars. That happened at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but there wasn't anything from preventing that happening at night. I think if you're going to provide the service, which is a good service, I think you need to have it fully staffed, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are operations centers in the Department of Transportation in Virginia that can give you the construction sites as well.
All right. Okay. We'll most definitely consider all of those options, and with the 24/7 round clock. I appreciate that.
We have time for one more question. Who would like to ask it?
Oh.
Can I ask?
Oh, yeah, Ed, go ahead.
You ended up being a one-man team in the end. I've got to credit you a lot for finishing the presentation for the program. How did that feel to just continue on?
Honestly, it feels good. I like to find the brighter side of a situation. Other people would take this as a downhill, but in the future, I would like to major in business. And in life, you got to do things on your own. And I understand that. I understand that in real business, there's a chance that somebody will actually decide to leave, and then you'll be there to actually take their job, and you'll have to work the whole entire thing. So I'd rather get this practice now and experience now, so then when it's time for the future, I wouldn't have to worry about it as much.
Very good answer. Thank you.
Well done, Osmond.
Hi, I'm Jeb, Eastern View class of 2013.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, CCHS class of 2008.
Hi, I'm Nikki, CCHS class of 2002.
And I'm Roki, Culpeper County High School class of 1995. In 1997, leaders from local business, government, and the school system hosted an educational summit to address a concern that Culpeper, Virginia graduates were not ready for the workplace. The outcome of this summit was the formation of the educational nonprofit known today as Career Partners. Career Partners' flagship program, Entrepreneurial Energy, or E Squared, the reason why we're all here today, was launched in 2008. Since its inception, E Squared has awarded high school entrepreneurs with over $200,000 in educational scholarships.
One of the founding members of the organization and Career Partners' first president was Bob Jepson, known to the four of us as Grandpa Kid. Bob was a successful businessman and community leader in Culpeper County from 1972 until his passing in 2013. Bob's wisdom, generosity, and tireless commitment to serving his community was in no part responsible for the 20 years Career Partners has successfully served the students of Culpeper.
Every year, E Squared has presented the Coaches Award to those participating students who exhibit exceptional energy and commitment to their respective team projects and exemplify the principles of teamwork, honesty, integrity, leadership, perseverance, and confidence. In addition to these qualities, Bob was a visionary who always approached a challenge or opportunity with these lasting words: "How can I help?" He loved his family, he loved his community, and he loved helping out.
We are proud and excited to announce that this prestigious recognition will now be made in honor and memory of Bob Jepson, our grandfather, who personified these qualities and principles to the benefit and success of Career Partners and E Squared. We congratulate all the recipients and hope you will help us carry his legacy forward. And now, Karen Carroll will announce the results.
And now I'm proud to present the Bob Jepson E Squared Award winners. First, and in no particular order, Riley Harrison. Riley was essential to his team's success as he was diligent in working on the financial plan and helping with delegating the workload to his team. Riley took the time to calculate the many items that needed to be figured into the financial workbook and the complications of determining their desired target market. Riley has a quiet demeanor and good analytical skills that were necessary in order to pull off a fully thought out financial plan. Riley was a support in helping to maintain an upbeat mindset during stressful times of creating the business plan and supporting his teammates when needed. Congrats. Nicholas Anderson. During the semester, Nicholas was an eager participant who asked a lot of questions and continued to motivate and lead his team during many times of struggle with their product. Nicholas was committed to getting clear guidance for himself and his team so they could head down the right path to help support his team and better understand the ins and outs of the product. Nicholas was open to suggestions and acted on his assignments in a timely manner. Next is Edwin Rodriguez. From day one, Edwin demonstrated excellent leadership and hard work qualities that are applicable in both the school team and professional business setting. Edwin's leadership style was that of a visionary as well as lead by example pace setter. He was able to keep the team and concept moving at a steady pace while achieving fast results. Edwin worked late nights and early mornings and had the ability to encourage his teammates to follow his lead in the same way. Therefore, we, his coaches, believe Edwin exemplifies the same leadership and role model qualities that Bob Jepson himself would have strived for. Abigail Stern. Abigail assumed the leadership role that was accepted instantly, without question, and the team moved on with their assignments immediately. Abigail dealt with her coaches in a very mature way and was attentive and an interactive listener. She did not hesitate to reach out for advice, explanations, and tutorials when needed. Abigail applied a task structure to the team exceedingly early on, and as a result, her team members were able to begin productive work right away. A highlight of her overall performance came when, as a part of the project activity, the team was introduced to a representative of a large contract manufacturing company, and a teleconference call was scheduled. Abigail led the discussion, listened, questioned, and behaved with a maturity way beyond her years. Her motivation and drive set her apart from her peers as a top student and leader in the competition, and will no doubt give her future success. Lily Galvin. Lily has the drive of a champion. Lily would continually ask questions about her team's service and welcome feedback on how to improve it. Lily would jump on the phone with a possible supplier like a seasoned pro, and her poise was unmatched. Lily possesses the competitive edge that is needed to be a successful business professional. The hope is that Lily uses her talents to pursue a career in business, and one day thinks back to her conversations with coaches, her teacher, and her teammates from Brewitt and Vault, and realizes how special she is and how special this program is as well. Sydney Boyer. Sydney demonstrated exceptional leadership and was the leader of her team from day one. She directed her team in doing the research to define the market and the hurdles associated with security screening. She was an encouraging presence with her teammates. She made excellent use of her coaches and asked questions to gain a better understanding. After school was abruptly closed in mid-March, she kept her team together in virtual meetings, completing all the details of starting up a business. As the CEO, she is a recognized leader of the team, and they all respond well to her. She clearly understands the business concepts and the inner workings of starting up a business. With these new skills, it is highly likely that she will be a success in business in whatever field she chooses after graduation. Osman Reindorf Malm. Osman has demonstrated his creativity, determination, and leadership skills in leading his E-squared team, Weathernav, to the 2020 finals. Under the extraordinary circumstances brought on by the COVID-19 virus and the resulting closing of Osman's school in his senior year, he has remained enthusiastically committed to his E-squared team and their project. As the 2020 program draws to a close, Osman has almost single-handedly completed the assigned task and brought Weathernav to the finals. Amber Buys. Amber demonstrated exceptional leadership and enthusiasm with her team under very difficult circumstances. Amber was a steady rock that kept her team on track. She clearly understands the concepts of starting up a business and led the team in the role of CFO. She, along with one of her teammates, reached out to Cintas about forming a business partnership. She met with the general manager in Culpeper and formed a business relationship that is the cornerstone of their business strategy. After schools were abruptly closed, Amber kept the team together and continued working on the details. She called and ran many virtual meetings with her team and coaches. Without her initiative, this team would have ceased working. Having been selected as a team in the finals is a testament to her hard work. Amber has a good understanding of the business principles we have taught. With these new skills, it is highly likely that she will be a success in the business world in whatever field she chooses after graduation. And then last but not least, Saf Mosen. By using the knowledge and skills he's learned the year before in the E-squared program with his former team and utilized and expanded his skills to lead and support his team this year, Saf impressed us with his project management focus and dedication to his team and product. Saf focused on specific items in the business plan development that needed to be addressed and continued to reach out to his teammates, classmates, teachers, and coaches to better understand and support his team with their product. Saf was also able to draw from what he learned last year and kept the team focused on improvements in the process. Saf has a positive attitude and good work ethic that will serve him well in business. Saf has truly come a long way from his first day of class last year with the Tree Hugger team and shown his ability and desire to absorb as much knowledge and guidance to help lead his team this year. Saf has gained a large amount of skills and confidence from this program that will serve him to go far and do well in the future. Congratulations to all these Bob Jepson Award winners.
Wow, what a great day. Thank you, teachers, thank you, coaches, thank you, administrators, amazing business community, but most of all, our students. Thank you for our amazing program. Our plan today is to have the entire presentations available to you by the end of the week. It will be up on the Culpeper County Public School YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch it in its entirety there. Just a reminder to everybody that 60% of the scoring was from the business plan that was turned in prior to today. 40% is based on the oral presentation. And now for your 2020 E-Squared Award winners. He looks like a duck.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gary, for the delivery. I'm excited. The 2019-2020 E-Squared winner, Paraprotect. Team members, Sydney Boyer, Naya Hackett, Andrew Rogers, Christine Williams. Coaches, George Dasher, Dan Carlton. Teacher, Elizabeth Lane. High school, Culpeper County High School. Congratulations.
When we began E-Squared in January, like everyone around the world, we had no idea how drastically our world would change, nor how quickly. Today, May 7th, 2020, I am proud to say that our E-Squared students, staff, and community partners found a way to overcome many obstacles, to continue to work together, and to finish what they started in January. Innovation and collaboration often arise in periods of adversity. This E-Squared season is the perfect example of that. We congratulate our winning team on earning a $5,000 scholarship for each member, and we thank our Career Partners sponsors for giving that amazing reward. We also believe that the skills all of our students gained from this year's competition, including seeing a commitment through and overcoming obstacles, are life lessons that they will carry with them throughout their lives. As we close this event, we proudly thank Mr. Gary Lee, who has been our E-Squared program manager for the last 3 years. Mr. Lee, we know you do not like the spotlight, but you deserve it. Thank you for your leadership and for your support. On behalf of Career Partners Incorporated, thank you for watching the 2020 E-Squared Finals. We wish you all the best, and we will see you again in 2021.